And it's Linda again. I just shut it off. I've been doing that a lot since I've been filming these videos for you guys. But anyway, this is the second portion of the video. I got the camera turned around. That's a picture of my shed, still full of snow. It's got more snow on it than my house roof. And this is the landscape in the back. I'm going to take a bit of a walk here. You have to excuse me because I have to watch where I'm going here. Anyway, this is, oops. Don't worry about it. I'm watching where I'm going. Right now it's so slippery I could slide right down to that generator down there. But, and you notice, again, where the exhaust fan is, there's no snow for a reason, because it's warm back there. And it blows out every time the generator is on. Anytime you want to get rid of snow, just point that exhaust fan somewhere. And you can do the lazy man snow shoveling method. Anyway, lots of gas, by the way. I've got some gas cans behind the Jenny box. And this Jenny box holds my other generator. And it's better to have two than one. See how hilly it is back here? Not a place you want to go walking, even with proper hiking boots. It's quite the terrain. And right down there, like it's, I don't know what you can tell is going on, but it slopes down probably 3 feet minimum down to a small creek bed, which actually flows a tad when we have heavy rain here. Flows from the main roadway down, and it goes past behind my shed and trailer. And I'm going to take a bit of a walk here. I have to watch where I'm going. And yeah, it's a little hard to walk there. Anyway, yeah, it goes behind, see where that birch tree is in the center? It goes behind there, underneath the roadway. And there's a bit of a wetland in the clearing. I explained to the management here, I thought that they should probably put a bunch of tiny houses in a circle at one point over to the left in the clearing. But she had mentioned that it's too swampy back there. And probably on that note, being too swampy, it would be costly to do the fill-in to actually construct little homes to go in there. This is how I wash my truck. I just drive down the roadway and let the water from the roadways clean it off. And yes, my kayak's still stuck there. More so because I just left it up there. It's going to be up there until I start using it this spring. And actually, some of the snow melted, you can tell, because behind the truck and to the right of it, some of the boxes are re-emerging from underneath the snow. And some of the snow has melted. Oops, sorry, Mr. Squirrel. Some of the snow has melted off the roof of my trailer, which is great. And there's a little chickadee on the thing. They sure love those black sunflower seeds. It's a bit of a mess right now, but you won't see that when the snow goes. And yeah, we had a few branches come down from that last storm that I think most people got. It's very tempting to go down here and grab one of these chairs, stick it up on the deck. It's so sunny here right now. It's warming everything up. This is one of the trees that has to go. One of, check it out, there's about 8 trees in one little circle here. It's what you call lack of forest management. Imagine these growing as twigs through the ground, and then they are still growing. Nobody cuts them down. And no, I will not move the camera around. I promise. Look at this. I'm almost arching back to the point where I could fall backwards. Nope, I ain't going there. That's how tall these are. These are probably yellow birch trees. And several of them have slashes in them. If you can see the slashes quite clearly. And they're going to have to go because eventually they probably got diseases and they'll eventually probably fall down. And they're very close to my house. Look at this. Check this out. That's my house. There's the tree, or trees. I wonder if they give me a discount. I was explaining to some guy in town about the tree that is actually 8 trees, but it's basically a tree. They probably will charge me more because it is like cutting down 8 trees. And then that one that's on this side of the trailer, that one's got to come down. One of the branches came down and it landed very close to the trailer, and I called him and he came and took another one down. And I just told him, I said, that tree's got to go. It's going to fall on my trailer. And also my truck's right there. Yep, my truck's right there. And unfortunately, if they keep having people move in here, they're going to have to get rid of some of these trees. I mean, nobody wants to do that because everybody loves their trees, but I'd rather not be a tree hugger if it's going to save my life, save me from being crushed or whatever. Like, look at this branch on this tree here. Weird. Nice blue sky today, eh? Awesome. There's my panel. I'm getting sun on it right now. I always know when I've got sun going when the fridge starts up. What happens is if you don't have enough stuff overnight, it'll go into another mode, and then in the morning when the sun starts hitting the panel, like right now, it's got enough sun on the panel. It's not hot sun like it would be in the afternoon, but it's just a little bit of sun enough to kick the fridge on. And here's my sidewalk that I shoveled out. If I would have went wider than that, it would have been too much work keeping it up. So I just did a narrow path, just enough to get Lacey and me through. And there's my propane bottles. Believe it or not, I used to have 3 of them, and they're pigs. Each of them holds quite a bit of propane. Altogether, 3 of them held over 1,000. And that's another reason why I got rid of one of them. They gave me back quite the large sum for taking one of them back. And yeah, this is a little cart that I use for transporting stuff. You saw where my truck was. And going up this hill, even if it's just a small elevation, it's work. And less work if you put a bunch of stuff on the little blue kids toboggan thing. And that's all I got. It was $14. I was looking at the adult ones that you put on the back of a Skidoo. And then I was looking at these ones. $200, $14. $200, $14. Nah, I'll get the $14 one. Why bother with the $200 one? And I'll just throw more junk on it to the point where I can't even pull it on the snow. And I was probably right. So I can put a couple gas cans on that full of gas and maybe a water jug and 1 or 2 grocery bags, or all my grocery bags, and just go back for another trip. And that, so I had to move the mat on the porch. Guess why? The deck. It's a 4x8 deck. I had to move the mat forward because I couldn't get the door open one morning. Yeah, they didn't construct the deck properly. And even as I was walking up to the house the day I came home, and I was shocked that they had all this stuff done when I came home from town. They even had the deck attached. And I'm going, immediately I says to him, it's not level. And the guy looks me in the eye and says, it's level. I'm sitting there looking at him. I was shocked. I was shocked that somebody would actually say it was level, because it's not. You can even eyeball it and see that it's not level. As a matter of fact, it's so unlevel. If there was not spaces between the boards, water would have ran directly to the house. As it is now, it probably still does a little bit, but there's a gap between some of the boards, and that probably helps a little. But just the same, it's not supposed to be angled toward the house. And basically what's going to happen, it's also, I'll show you here, there's supposed to be a minimum of 3 inches gap between the bottom of the door where that metal plate is and underneath. It's supposed to be 3 inches further down. It's not. So as a matter of fact, what happened in the morning, I couldn't pretty much open the door much. It wasn't because of snow being there. It was because of the fact that the deck had heaved up, and that happens. That's why you have to leave a gap underneath the doorway. But the problem is, the major problem is that they put the door on wrong. The door opens out. That's against code, I would believe. And the door should have been installed so that it opens in. And anyway, I'm going to have all this deck reconfigured. All their precious little work that they think they did is going to have to get ripped down. And what I'm going to wind up doing is hiring someone to install a deck that I was going to do for the length of the front of the house to make it wider so that I could fit the umbrella and the 2 chairs comfortably on the deck. As it stands right now, I can only put the 1 chair off to this one side, and the other chair last summer I had sitting down there, and which is kind of goofy. So anyway, I gotta paint this window black on the outside. I'm going to be borrowing some scaffolding from a friend, and I got to paint the back triple windows black as well as the other upper window black. I'm not going to leave them. It's going to look goofy. And I got to touch the door up. And I also got to paint around where that light is. So anyway, once I get all this done, I'll be able to put the mat back. So, anyway, cute mat, eh? It's a little bear. And the bristles are coming out, but you get the idea. And, yeah, there's my handy-dandy skirting that I put on in late September, early October. I was really cutting it, but I got her done. And that's either going to be coming off, probably will be to put permanent skirting on. That will look much nicer. So I'm going to have somebody helping me with that. And I'm also going to be putting, after the wheel wells are finished insulating on the inside, and possibly fixing up the ones on the insulation on the outside, possibly. I have to see what the person says is going to be doing the work with me. But we're probably going to put some flower boxes sort of to match the housing stuff, what do you call that? Not tongue and groove. Board and batten, yeah. Board and batten. And I had black metal things to put up underneath these windows, but due to the fact that when I was lifting the pot things with them filled with dirt, I realized they're too heavy to be hanging on the house. Just way too heavy. And at that moment, I decided that I'm not going to put them up there because they could come down at any time and down on somebody's head if they were walking up steps. I don't want to risk that, so I'm just basically going to give them back to the owners here. And they can do with them what they want. Listen to the crows. I originally turned this on because I had some woodpeckers pecking back here. Probably a pileated. You can tell the difference between their pecking and a regular woodpecker. It's like loud. As I was saying the other day, it's very loud. Nice blue sky. You're probably wondering about my voice. It's called the old lady's voice. Yep. I'm turning into an old lady. Look out. I was talking to one of the bank people the other day, and I forgot what we were talking about pension-wise, and I says, "Oh, you know, the old lady's pension." We both started laughing. So she instantly knew what I was talking about. The pension stuff, you know, pension monies. Anyway, I got to fill that bird feeder. It's kind of empty. I got to put some suet back in it. And I'll probably get attacked by woodpeckers. Definitely chickadees. They love that stuff in the winter. The suet helps keep them going and that. I swear I got to get one of them chairs on the deck today. And this boy, by the way, I was thinking about it this morning. There's a little squirrel getting some more food. I have been to Maine 8 times in my lifetime. 8. And one of the trips, I went through there twice, on the way out and on the way back. So yes, I went through the States both times. And there's another little chickadee. They love that stuff. Look at that squirrel pigging out. Oh, well, like I said, they got to eat too. Got a lot of reddish squirrels around here. Not too many black ones. I think I've only seen a couple black ones. Look at that, they're sharing food there. There's one other, I think he's a nuthatch that stops by here. And back to the boy discussion. That rope finally broke the other day. Most of that buoy was covered almost up to the top of the bottom of the white part. So you can tell how much snow has melted and how much we got. And yeah, that rope broke from the weight of the snow. It was pulling it down. I'll have to get another rope and tie it in. Yep. I'm so happy that it's sunny out today. It'll be getting rid of some of it. Look at that blue sky. Looks even more awesome in these shots. Yep. As one of my buddies said one day, you're in God's country. That's what they call this place. Every place is God's country, but this really is God's country, this area. That's how everybody refers to this place. And y'all know I'm near Algonquin Park. And if you don't, I always remind people, Algonquin Park is my neighbor. And it's funny that I wound up here. Paddler's paradise, fishing, hunting, camping. And y'all know that where I live, I'm camping 100% of the time. I actually have a place for campfires right behind those 2 yellow chairs. I've got a place that was being used by the other person that was living here. And I'm just going to keep it there as for a bonfire spot. I'll either get some large rocks and build it up, or I'll get a metal thing. I'll probably get some rocks, they're cheaper. Rocks are very easy to find around here. Look at this, Mr. Squirrel. I don't want to get too close, I'll scare him off. You can always tell the chickadees are around, the sounds of their wings. Same with the hummingbirds. They've got this little noise they make with their wings. You can hear them approaching. Oh, there's the nuthatch. See him climbing up the tree? Peeking around. He's right there. He's going to come down for some food. He's a little more shy than the other one. There he goes. He keeps going to the other side of the tree. Maybe if I go onto the deck, he'll come. Oh, he's got a distinctive call, too. He's right up there. Oh, he's so small you can't see him. Too bad this doesn't have zoom on it, or maybe it does, and I don't know how to use it on the camera or on the video. He's up there, though. I'm going to be quiet and see if I can bring him down. I could be out here all day. No, I think I'm going to sign off. It's going to take all day to get this video up. Oh well. I guess you all know where I'm from, eh? And it's not Canada. Yeah, right. Oh. What do you know? I didn't shut myself off. There's a woodpecker over there. Hear him? Well, the nuthatch was just on the other bird feeder. See, I turned my back and he came down. Sneaky birds. You can hear the crow in the background and the woodpecker. Anyway, I think I'll sign off now. This is Linda from Lipstick Lodge. If you like this, click the thumbs up, and subscribe. Give me a comment, and I'll try to answer you if you are looking for one of those answers. Talk to you later.